Good morning, guys. My name is Martha. This is my first video on YouTube. I just turned 60 and I'm interested in all things related to quantum health. I am recovering from chronic conditions myself, and I'm very interested in what can help us recover. And right now I'm sitting outside for what's called UVA rise. That's about an hour after sunrise. It lasts about an hour. And I'm grounding. Maybe you can see my little socks on the ground. I'm grounding. I'm getting the sunlight in my eyes. My socks are wool and they have silver thread, so they're conductive. Grounding just means that I'm absorbing the electrons that are flooding through the negatively charged surface of the earth. And those electrons are extremely important for our mitochondrial health and making energy in our mitochondria. Energy through not only ATP that you might have heard about in biology in high school, but primarily through having a robust amount of what's called exclusion zone water, easy water, which is negatively charged. And it surrounds every surface of our body, every part of our cell. And that differential between the negative and the positive charge is what gives us energy. It's like a battery. We are batteries made of water and powered by sunlight. So I'm sitting out here getting the sunlight in my eyes, which is helping to regulate my circadian rhythm. And I apologize if my picture here is a little jerky. I'm not used to holding my hand out here to hold the camera. But this is just a first video. It's not very fancy. I'm not planning what I'm saying. I'm just kind of sharing with you what I'm doing for circadian and quantum health. I am certified through the Institute of Applied Quantum Biology, and I started working as a coach this year, but I don't have a website up and running yet. Because of my own health concerns, I've had to kind of take this very slowly, but I am feeling better, and I hope to share with you some of the things I've learned, particularly if you've been on a journey with chronic illness. For me, mine began in 2018 when I discovered in late 2018 that in our home here we had hidden mold in the dining room. It was Stachybotrys, which is a neurotoxic mold, and I developed a very severe mold toxicity illness, sometimes called CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome. And through various means, I recovered fully from that over about 3 years. Then I discovered late last year that the reason why my legs have a lot of pain and weakness, just a lot of bulk, is because I have lipedema, Lipedema. I try not to identify with my conditions, right? I try to identify with what brings me joy and what brings me pleasure. But it is a fact that I have that, and I'm getting some treatment for that. But the circadian and quantum biology practices that I'm doing every day that make me feel really good, I believe have slowed the progression of the lipedema. And I will share what I can with you as I make these videos. And I do hope to have some classes available online sometime this coming year. That's one of my goals. And I hope to open up my coaching online sometime this year as well. In the meantime, I'm pretty comfortable talking to people. I've done a lot of public speaking as an author. My book that came out about 12 years ago is called Inside the Dementia Epidemic, a daughter's memoir about how my relationship with my mother changed as I was her caregiver when she had dementia, and how I enjoyed her company and how we could grow closer despite the dementia. And it's not really related to quantum health, but I have to say, if I knew back then what I know now about circadian and quantum health, quantum biology, I might have had a different perspective in the book, and my mom might have done a little better if she had known about these things over the years. But circadian and quantum biology is not well known, It's not woo-woo. There's a lot of science behind it. Some of us may have heard more about circadian health, right? You may know that if you have a strong connection with, the sunrise and going outside in the morning to see the sunrise, you may have heard that on social media, that maybe you'll sleep better. And that's true. But you don't always have to do everything in a really rigid manner to get some of the benefits and to sleep really well. So I do hope to talk more about sleep if you're interested. I sleep like a bear in hibernation. I sleep very soundly and deeply, and I wake up with lots of energy and ready to go out and see that sunrise. But I know that if you have some chronic conditions, you may not be ready to go outside at sunrise. You may have difficulty walking. You may be bedbound. I was nearly bedbound in 2018, 2019. I was functioning at about 15% of normal. So I understand that. And even if you don't have a chronic condition like that, if you're just trying to optimize your health, if you have some issues that are going on, you don't understand them, and you've tried everything, you've gone to the allopathic doctors, which are very helpful in certain situations. You've tried maybe functional medicine or integrative medicine. You've tried meditation. You've tried nervous system regulation, which I have found really helpful personally. But you're not quite where you want to be. You might want to learn more about quantum biology. Circadian health is part of quantum biology. If you had a Venn diagram, the circadian circle would almost be swallowed up by the quantum biology circle. So those of us in the Quantum Biology Collective, you can look that up online, the Quantum Biology Collective. Many of us have taken the certification through the Institute of Applied Quantum Biology that's affiliated with that. And we understand the basics of why quantum biology works at the molecular and submolecular level. What are we talking about with quantum biology? Why am I sitting out here in the sun, for example? I'm getting the sun signals, the light signals into my eyes. And from my eyes, those signals are going through a little highway, a little pathway to the pineal gland in my eye. And that is helping the pineal gland in my brain, not in my eye, in my brain, sorry. My pineal gland, sometimes pronounced pineal gland. The pineal gland right now is transforming the tryptophan that I made in my pineal gland during sunrise. It's now transforming it about an hour and a half later during UVA rise to serotonin. Serotonin is a feel-good hormone, right? So that serotonin should last me all day, and I'll go back outside for light breaks throughout the day to get some dopamine as well. But the serotonin in this evening when it's dark, and it's December here, so darkness happens around 4. Sunset happens around 4:15 now. It's quite early. After sunset, I'm blocking blue light indoors, which I'll look forward to talking about more on this channel. When I'm blocking blue light in the evenings, that serotonin that's been in my pineal gland all day is going to be transformed in the pineal gland to melatonin. That endogenous melatonin that we make ourselves is extremely potent. And if I block that blue light after sunset, so I don't confuse the light signals coming into my eye and into my brain and onto my skin, then I'll have robust melatonin all night that will help me stay asleep. And not only sleep, melatonin is not just for sleep, but it's also the key repair hormone that helps our cells repair and clean up every night when we're sleeping. Side note, we also have melatonin that our mitochondria make in our cells. Our mitochondria, those powerhouses in our cells that we learned about in biology in high school maybe, that make ATP. And as I said, also make the water that turns into exclusion zone water that is our battery of energy for everything we do. The mitochondria also make their own what's called subcellular melatonin. And that melatonin just cleans everything up during the day. Like if you were working in a daycare center and you were just picking up the messes all day long as they happen. Instead of waiting until 5 o'clock at night to pick up everything at once, that'd be a huge job. You're cleaning up as the day progresses throughout the day. That's what melatonin does. Subcellular melatonin is made by our mitochondria in our cells. Almost all of our cells have mitochondria, except our red blood cells. So I'm out here, I'm getting sunlight in my eyes to build up that serotonin that will give me more melatonin for deep sleep tonight. And I'm grounding, as I said. I've got my socks, my wool socks that have silver thread in them. These are from Harmony 783. Harmony 783, it says on them. That's a website I can link to in the show notes. These have silver thread, and they're conducting the electrons from the earth for my mitochondria. Our mitochondria need lots of electrons to make that exclusion zone water grow from, however small it is, to maybe triple in size if we have the right environment and the right input, such as the electrons and sunlight. So it is December here, so I'm not sunbathing while I'm out here, but in the warmer months, I have as much skin exposed as I can. Exposed where I live here. I do have neighbors around, so I'm not completely exposed, but I'm doing as much as I can. And we'll talk another time about the benefits of sun exposure during UVA rise and throughout the day, how to do it safely, because we are taught now for the past 30 years or so that sun is dangerous and we have to have sunscreen on all the time. But if you understand the basics of circadian quantum health and safe, deliberate sun exposure, and how the early morning sun like this, for example, is already helping to protect my face from sun exposure later in the day. We'll talk more about that another time. It's one of my favorite topics. But if you understand those basics, then you can get sun exposure safely and understand all the benefits to your health of basically not, staying indoors all day and avoiding the full spectrum sunlight. So I look forward to talking about that more. Again, my name is Martha, and my website, when it comes out, is not out yet, will be called Light for Wellness. And I am circadian and quantum biology informed coach who's just getting off the ground. So I'm not sharing that information yet, but I'll let you know when it's available. And I just hope to share with you gentle guidance for circadian and quantum health. So you can kind of learn, take it in, ask questions at your own pace with whatever works for you, where you're at in your health journey right now. And I hope to have it be more of a slow-paced video in the future. Right now I'm talking kind of quickly. It's well below freezing out here, and it is just a video I thought I'd shoot at the last minute. I didn't prepare for it. I do hope to prepare more for videos in the future, but you know what they say? They say nobody really sees your first video on YouTube anyway, so I don't have to overthink it, right? So if you are struggling with any kind of chronic condition, or you're pretty healthy but you want to optimize your health, and you've really never heard that much about circadian or quantum health, quantum biology, I hope that you will check back if you see me again on YouTube. And that's it for now. I'm Martha for Light for Wellness, and thanks for being with me. Have a great day.